Hello, Rowan Mithril here with a bit of a preemptive correction on my part. Throughout this video I referred to the boss of Gyoniku Stage 2 as Mochi. Unfortunately, I have the incorrect snack food. Apparently, as I have been recently corrected, it's called Dango, so please ignore my derp. Enjoy the video. Hello, Rowan Mithril here once again, getting back to the Nezumiman Perfect Run series, and continuing on with the Dr. Gyoniku stages. So yeah, here we go, time for Stage 2. Now something I do want to mention here, I'm actually not quite sure what the true weaknesses are of the Fortress bosses, so if anyone actually knows and wants to point that out in the comments, feel free. So here we go. We have the return of the smoke enemies, and also a bit of a tricky mace there. Be very cautious about that, it's easy to walk right into it. You can use the shockwave to get that extra life up there, and you need to use the ice lance here. As your go-to utility weapon, the Gyoniku stages do force a lot of ice lance usage. This stage also kinda seems like traps in review in some places. Alright, let's get this bat platform moving. Try and get ahead of it, but not too far ahead of it. If you want the S-Tank, you pretty much need to reset the platforms. It might be possible to do it all in one go, but I've never managed it. Okay, so just do this again. Things are a bit tight-quartered here. And have to use the ice lance again. There we go. We also have the return of Milky Nezumi's gimmick here. The moving ceiling. With plenty of death spikes about for everyone. Yay! Another abomination to deal with. And we're at the end. So far the Gyoniku stages seem really short. But the boss here is a bit tricky to deal with. Yes, it's a giant mochi treat. Each face has different attacks. The pink one is the most dangerous, I think. You want to get it to stop quickly, because if you don't, it'll shoot spreading flames that are a lot harder to dodge. The green one just fires these little spikes, not too hard to deal with. And the white one fires arcing shots that also aren't too bad. You have to be cautious, though, that you don't accidentally overjump things and go right off into the pit, because yes, that can kill you. This is definitely a stage of patience. Whoa, yeah, there's that spread shot. Then he goes back to firing one. The way the conveyor belt is constantly moving, you can make things a bit disorienting, too. I want to say that each head of the mochi treat actually has a different weakness, but I'm not sure what any of them are right off. And there we go. So yeah, that boss isn't too bad if you're really paying attention, but still a good deal trickier to get around than the Octopus. So with that, that's all for this one. Some definite outtakes to enjoy. So, here we go. The return of the Milky Nezumi ceilings here, and completely losing track of what I'm doing. Why did I jump there? Ah, that was dumb. Get that bat platform moving there. Try and get ahead of it a bit. And completely miss. I got a little too far ahead of it. Awesome. So here we go, a rather strange boss this time. It's a giant mochi treat. Ow! And, yeah, flambéed mouse. Wonderful. And so, after all that, it's time to fight a giant mochi treat. The different faces have different attacks, some more dangerous than others. The pink face is probably the most irritating. Yes, it is. And so, now we fight a mochi treat. Whoa, you starting with fire is not a good thing. And that was a very bad jump. And apparently the green shots can't go all the way to the top. Interesting. Well, if that was the only attack I had to deal with. Mochi mochi, let's go. Alright, so this thing has different attacks depending on what face is actually visible. The pink one is probably the most dangerous, but don't underestimate any of them. If you don't take out the pink face fast enough, it'll do a spread shot of fire that can actually be really tricky to dodge. And also, pay attention to the bottomless pit there. Brilliant! Okay, so further research here at the start has shown me that that mace isn't quite as bad as I thought it was. Even walking at a full clip, you can't run right into it as I thought you could. It's more just a scare tactic. Or a speed bump. Yeah, speedrunners beware. Sliding in that area, not recommended, I wouldn't think. Okay, I really want to test this and see if this is possible all in one go. It seems like maybe it is, but your timing would have to be pretty exact. I feel like I'm close. Alright, let's try this again. So the key is, you gotta get the bat platform going, and you have to get some distance on it, but not too much. It can be done in one go, yes! Okay, actually pulled that off. That was exhilarating. Interesting to know it can actually be done. So, lack of knowledge of Japanese snack foods aside, the Dango gave me a fair amount of trouble. At the very least, certainly more than the Octopus did. I give the Dango a 3 out of 10. I would have actually considered a little higher, but Dango is let down by the short length of their stage. The stage itself is pretty simple to get through. The only part that can be tricky really is that one cannon, where you have to dodge one shot, slide through, and jump before the next shot hits you. That takes some timing. Otherwise, it's not really so bad. The Dango themselves, their attacks are not to be underestimated, and if you get too focused on them, it's easy to jump right in the pit. The green one perhaps gives the least cause for worry since it can't actually aim at you, but the other two can get dangerous, especially if you let the pink one fire off a spread shot. Still, by themselves, just paying careful attention makes them not too horrible to have to deal with, and with no other real threats in the stage, 3 out of 10 is pretty much all I can give them. So thus, that's the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed the vid, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.